Queen Author, and this is a video. I've been not doing well the past few days, so yes, I do have bright pink lipstick on. It's my Gucci lipstick. I've decided that I will no longer be feeling bad, and this is how we are doing it. Also, my AC is very loud. If you're alive today, you know how hot it is, so we're just gonna deal, aren't we? But this is my July wrap-up, and it's sad, especially compared to the two-parter from last month. Definitely in a reading slump. A lot happened, especially in like the middle of the month. A lot's been happening, a lot will continue to happen, good and bad. Had some really great things with like relationship-wise, had some really great news in other ways. You'll never know. Well, maybe you will. Hopefully you will. Anyway, had some not great family stuff. Had some medical stuff. Just been kind of going through it. As I said when I posted that I was back, and then also more stuff happened after that. But you know, life just keeps coming, doesn't stop coming, you know? Yes, I did just quote Smash Mouth. Just let it be, okay? But we're going to move on to my July wrap-up, which I have written on this cute little sticky note. In total, I read 7 books. Let's start with the ones I didn't rate. So we'll start with the ones I don't have physically of that, and that is The Ironwood and The Wrath of Molgraf. We're gonna act like that's right, which are book 4 and 5 in the Spiderwick Chronicles. I didn't rate this because it's middle grade, you know, not my age group. I thought they were great, loved it. Nostalgia, perfect. I realized that I had read definitely the first 2. I have slight memories of starting the 3rd, but the 4th and 5th I didn't pick up as a child, so it was really nice to kind of complete that. But yeah, I thought they were great. They definitely got a lot darker, which is strange because all the books came out within 2 years. They're all 2003 and 2004, and the characters themselves didn't age up, so it being darker I thought was a little weird. Besides the point. But I think the age stuff might be different, but I'm not a parent nor am I a child, so who am I to say? But yeah, I thought they were great. I didn't rate them though because middle grade. Basically in these ones they encounter new creatures, and then the whole series comes to a climax and all the creatures kind of come together. It's awesome. I loved it. It's great. Really fun. And then for other books I didn't write, we have Love and Courage by Jagmeet Singh. I had this physically, got it for Christmas one year, because I'm a little NDP groupie. Love Jagmeet. He's great. But I didn't rate this because it feels, and I'll have to explain this further when I say it feels weird to rate someone's life story. I listened to this as an audiobook, and what I didn't like about it is that he doesn't read it. He reads the prologue, and then nothing else. He doesn't even read like the epilogue or the conclusion or whatever you want to call it, which I found very difficult, because when, like, obviously not all authors read their books, not all authors read their autobiographies or memoirs. However, I think if you're gonna read it at the beginning and then it switches, it kind of takes the, you know, being able to just substitute out of it, because, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I found it a little distracting. Overall, like, I thought the writing was pretty good. Very much the way his speeches sound, if that makes sense. And the way he conducts himself, which, I mean, makes sense. But yeah, I didn't know, actually, I'm realizing I didn't know a ton about Jagmeet Singh before I read this. I would have never been able to read this physically. I would have DNF'd it, just because I don't know, I think memoirs and I have a weird, like, just plain memoirs, like your traditional memoirs, I think it's weird because, like, yes, you want to learn more about these people, but also it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't think I like memoirs, but like listening to it, it was like, okay, you're like like I felt like I was being told the story, and I think reading it I wouldn't have had the same thought. Anyway, I don't know. I have a few other memoirs. I think they're all NDP related. Nope, I have one that's about the woman who started Planned Parenthood. So they're all they're all fairly left leaning. But I think I only have one more that's truly a memoir. Like, I know the one with Planned Parenthood looks at her journey in starting Planned Parenthood. And I know the Building the Orange Wall isn't actually about Jack Layton, it's about building the Orange Wall. But the Olivia Chow one, which is Jack Layton's widow, I think is just a straight up autobiography. I'll probably pick it up because I own it. Paid $4 for it out of Salvation Army. But I don't think I'll pick it up soon, if that makes sense. I just don't think memoirs and I'm gonna say autobiography type memoirs are for me. You know? Anyway, moving on. So, we are going to then go, I guess, lowest to highest. That makes sense. So my lowest read was this little romance short story collection. It was like 20 pages. It was 2 stars. It was fine. Like, there were some weird things in it, but like, it's kind of what you expect from that sort of thing. And then everything else was 4 and 5 stars. So we'll do 100 Ghosts, which is literally just a cartoon ghost, and then its title, and then it's a comic, but it's a picture book. I enjoyed it. It took me like 5 minutes. It was great. I giggled a little. It was wonderful. 4 stars. And then we have The Initial Insult by Mindy McGinnis. I started a while ago, and I started on audiobook, and I didn't really get into it, and I couldn't because the 2 female POVs, their voices weren't different enough, and then the cat POV is anyway, the voice was really, really creepy for the cat, which it's supposed to be, but I like, physically I could not listen to it. And then things started happening, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I kind of don't want to be like just passively listen to this. Like, I want to be actively in it. And then the story kind of dragged in the middle, and then the ending. Girl, I oh my goodness, I wish I had done a vlog like fully reading this, because wow, like, fairly, you know what, you probably, it's a turn I didn't expect, but had I read more Mindy McGinnis, I think I would have, if that makes sense. Like, matches, I feel like, ooh, the book itself is still 4 stars. However, I feel like the main character is very similar to the main character of The Female of the Species. I mean, they're both revenge stories, and it's very much like, I mean, I know they're trying to humanize them, but it's also like intention and whatnot, looking back and whatnot. Say it one more time, whatnot. I still think it's a really good book. I think I'm planning to read the sequel, but I only have access to the audiobook right now, unless I want to go out and buy it, which is like $24, so I don't really want to go out and buy it. That being said, I do intend to finish this duology. After that, do I think I'll be reading more of Mindy McGinnis? Maybe. I mean, been 4.5 and 4 stars. I did find, as I said, that this one dragged in the middle. But other than that, it was pretty solid. I think once I read the next one, obviously it's the same characters, but if I were to read another one after that and I found the characters were kind of really still the same, I don't know if I would continue reading from her. But as I said, 4 stars, pretty good. I recommend the physical copy over the audio copy, if that makes sense. And lastly, I finished Moss 1. This is the complete version. I split it up to make this look less sad. I'm gonna be honest. I gave it 5 stars, and you may be saying, Emma, autobiography type-ish, but no, it's not. Because this is telling the specific story of a specific event, which is the author's father and mother going through the Holocaust. And I really liked how the author chose to write this story, and I appreciate in the second one, which I'm about halfway through now, he reflects on that, and like there's comments about like, oh, you know, this and that, and I found this both in media and medium, but also in what they chose to highlight. I found it very different from other Holocaust media I've interacted with, and I think it's very, as someone who has no personal connection to that, I found it very, it's hard to talk about, right? Because it's, I can't be a judge of a person saying if they did it right or wrong, but from a historical like a person who's into history and studying history, from a historical perspective, I think the way he chose to really only focus on his father, I mean, it's his father was telling him this story, right? Instead of, focusing on like the politics around things, and everything's political, but like, you're really only interacting with like the politics of Germany in this time period when they're trying to disguise themselves, as I said in the vlog I posted today, and things like that. And I think overall it was really well focused, and it was, it's heartbreaking, because how all these stories end, right? And you're introduced to characters, and they're given to you and swiftly taken away. And I think that is very much making the situation real, like it's a real situation. I think that's a good way to communicate that, and how that was, and they rushed past it because you could not focus on that. Your sole focus was on staying alive and getting to the next thing and the next thing after that. And I thought that was very well communicated. So yeah, 5 stars. I already know I'm going to give the second volume 5 stars. I think everyone should be reading this. I do not think school should be banning it. Honestly, it should be required reading. But anyway, yes, 5 stars. So that is what I read this month. It's a little sad. I mean, 7 books on any other month of this, like I think this is my second highest reading month, after June. But yeah, I mean, I was in a bit of a slump and life got crazy. Anyway, I currently have it as a Zoom live stream or a Zoom meeting, but I think I'm going to see if I can figure out how to stream on YouTube. I'll still have the Zoom link as like a backup, and whatnot. But on August 10th at 10:30 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time until 12 on August 11th a.m. midnight, obviously, like the star of the day, my birthday, I will be doing a live reading Q&A, chatting about my first collection. I'm very excited for it. But I hope you will join me if you would like to read my first collection before that meeting or live stream. You can check out the link below. You can get it as an ebook for free for Kindle Unlimited, or for $1.29 Canadian or 99 cents US on Amazon as an ebook, or you can get the $10 Canadian paperback copy. Additionally, you can check it out on Goodreads. You can shelve it. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. And if you'd like to see more of me, you can check out more content here, or you can check out my author page, also linked below. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Bye.